Welcome to another episode of Multiverse News. This is episode 2.
Yeah. Woohoo!
Yeah.
2 in a row. We're killing it.
Yeah, and thanks to everybody who watched the first episode. All 12 of you. We really appreciated it. No, just kidding.
Was it 12? I thought we hit 13.
Yeah, actually, there might have been, I think there's 15 views on the podcast through the podcast site directly.
The Podbean one?
Yeah, the Podbean. And I think that there were a couple others. The YouTube video had like maybe 20 views or something like that. But you know what? It's a starting process, and we're going to...
It is a starting process. People need to download Podbean. That's what it is.
Yeah, and you know, we're going to get our stuff on iTunes and all that stuff with time, too. It's just, this is literally just the easiest way to do it for us to get the source, our material to you guys as we can.
That's what, yeah, there you go. It's about you, the customer.
That's right.
It's about the customer.
So today's episode, we're literally going to just dive into all the cool stuff that came out of Comic-Con. Not all of it. We don't have time for all that. Like I said, we have time restrictions all the time. We're both dads. We both don't have time to be talking to you guys all the time. You know, these podcasts and video casts could go for days for all this stuff we could talk about.
It's a nice way of saying our wives tolerate this behavior and give us about this much time.
Yep, we have this much time. This much space for our stuff.
So for all you single guys out there, this is what you get left after getting married and having kids. This much time. About the size of, we'll keep going, family friendly.
It seems good. But so we'll jump right in with the TV and streaming service stuff that debuted. Obviously, there were trailers for Flash, the new season, Arrow, the new season, The Defenders, and Stranger Things. Those are the 4 that we're going to touch on today. So
those are the 4 that matter as far as I'm concerned.
Me too. It's really, as far as the comic book world and the geek world, that's really all that matters.
I say that, but I gotta confess, I didn't even watch the Flash or the Arrow trailers because I will do my best to watch trailers for you guys so I can even get my reactions. But
this guy didn't do any of his research. No,
well, you know, it's because of my personal philosophy about these things is that I feel like sometimes we get with too many trailers, too much information leading up to the show. So when I get to the show, I'm like, oh yeah, of course I know Superman's going to come out in the Justice League now. Or like, you know, spoiler alert for something that's going to happen later. But I mean, and even like you said in Thor, like Hulk coming out in the Gladiator things, like I feel like in the shows they want to keep feeding the beast, right?
Yeah.
So they keep releasing information, but I almost wish they wouldn't sometimes.
It makes sense from a marketing standpoint. Like you see this cool shit, and then the average fan who doesn't really follow the comics or know the storylines sees that and they're like, oh shit, I want to see that. That looks cool. And that's like the Michael Bay thing. That's what he does for his movies. Let me show you all this cool shit exploding and dropping, and then the normal person or the average moviegoer will go and see it and enjoy it, and then people who grew up with the stuff will be like, this is dog shit. What am I watching?
Well, yeah. I mean, so that's what I'm trying to get at here is. You know, for me, it's not that I don't like watching the trailers or keeping up with my stuff. It's that I like being surprised by an action scene, by a character reveal. I like the surprise, so I created my own bubble of information that I keep myself insulated from.
Right.
And I like to follow the comics because the comics can go in so many different directions, and because you know, in the comics,
different writers have different stories they tell.
Well, they feel like they have more freedom with the character, right? You know, so like it goes all over the place. I love watching the shows. I love watching the movies, but sometimes I'll purposely stay away from a trailer if it's something I'm really excited about or I really follow.
Right.
And so, to that note,
you didn't watch the trailers.
I didn't watch the trailers for Flash or Arrow because I enjoy those shows, and it was 2 of my favorite seasons of those shows because I thought it was I liked Flash season 3 better than season 2. You did? I did.
I liked season 3. It's Flash to me hasn't had a bad season. And that's, as far as comic book shows go, I think it's the gold standard for telling, even with the 24 episodes or whatever the hell they have, which I do think is too long. I think cutting those down to 15, 16 episodes would make those shows infinitely better. But I think that's the gold standard for telling the hero story.
So for me, I thought Flash season 2 took a step back.
You did?
I did. And because it was more of the same, which isn't a bad thing because it's a good show, it's a fun show. But like, oh, great, another speedster villain that Barry can't run faster than, and why can't Barry run faster?
Well, that was
my beef with season 3's as well.
Yeah.
So let me not. But I liked the villain reveal more in season 3 even though in my gut I was calling it to myself that
Barry.
Savitar is a Barry time remnant.
Me too.
Which was great because it showed a consequence of season 2 in creating the time remnants.
Right.
To fight Zoom. So like it was a good storytelling to have it, and I liked. a lot about season 3. It was just I enjoyed watching season 3 more than season
4. Trying to stop the timeline from coming to fruition in season 3 was awesome.
It had an impending sense of doom, which was nice to follow. Yeah.
Oh my god! And how about the guy who plays Wells? I can't remember the actor's name, but he is a phenomenal actor. Every time he plays the same character from a different universe, it's like the best he's ever been at that character. You know, they're so good. They're all so different from each other.
Well, you know what I enjoy about the Wells, having to keep a Wells in the Flash, is it just pays homage to Henry Cavill and how good of an actor he is.
Yeah.
Wow,
yeah.
I'm gonna give myself a bonus.
Is it Henry
point for that
Cavill?
one.
Henry?
I think it is.
It's definitely Kavanaugh. No, that's definitely the last name. But
you know, if we're putting something out there for nerds and for fellow comic book geeks, I'm sure no one will correct me.
During the edits, I will go back and I'll be. He means this Kavanaugh.
Yeah.
But that is.
Well, if there's anything I've learned about the internet and fellow geeks, that we're really tolerant people.
Oh, super tolerant.
Super tolerant, real friendly folk.
Yep.
Oh yeah. So I mean, I'm sure that will slide on, but it speaks to the quality actor and the contributions of the show, because really the show has no need for him since season 1.
Right.
But they keep making him a part of the show
because he's a great actor.
Yeah, and he's just a fun member of the cast to keep on. And so, I mean, I'm excited for Flash season 4. I'm excited to see how they get Barry out of the time prison.
Right.
That's
what the trailer. So the trailer. I know you didn't see it. The trailer kind of. It looks to me like they have some medieval villain, like with like a samurai with a sword, and like Kid Flash and Cisco are trying to stop him, and then they're like, "You gonna try to stop us with a sword?" It's actually one of the best parts of the trailer. And then he like literally just hits the ground with it, and like all the shit gets destroyed. And they're like, "Oh damn!" And then he says to him like straight up like, "Bring me the real Flash." And then he like walks away. So they have to get him back, and that's like the gist of the whole trailer, right? Yeah. So it was pretty.
There you go. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's exciting.
Yeah, I mean, you know he was coming back. You knew he was coming back. There's no way he wasn't.
I know. I mean, I'm really excited to see like a team up type thing against Barry in the course of a season, rather than give me an all powerful villain that Barry has to beat. I'd like to see him get manipulated by like Grodd and Killer Frost and Captain Cold, because I like the Captain Cold arc and how he became a hero on Legends, but I almost would rather have like the manipulator, leader of the Rogues, Captain Cold, that somehow gets all these villains to follow his direction, and he has his anti-Team Flash that just manipulates Barry to do like some massive heist over a season. And Barry, something. It's okay to have
that the team doesn't. Yeah, it's pathetic that I'm calling to this, but I didn't see this movie, but the Furious 8 type thing where he's doing this bad thing and his team can't figure out why for the entire run of the movie. That'd be cool for a season of the Flash. And then but you get these hints where he's really like struggling to maintain this dark course just because he doesn't want to have his friends be murdered or whatever the hell.
Yeah. I mean, like there could, or maybe he's on a covert mission for the Legends.
Yeah,
I mean that would be fun too, to like where Barry screws up the timeline again, and the Legends are now here to stop Barry from screwing up the timeline, and the best way to do it is to employ Captain Cold and Barry's worst enemies.
Yeah,
I mean, it'd make for an interesting crossover.
All I really want from season 4 is I want the more Scarlet costume with the more I want a costume update. I feel like season 4 of Arrow is when Oliver got his costume update to really look like the Green Arrow, and I really want that for Barry too. I don't have a problem with the costume. I think it works in the show as far, but I would like to see a little bit of an update on his costume to look more like classic Flash.
I'm gonna go off script here on you.
Okay.
TV show costume superior to me than movie costume that I've seen in the Justice League trailers. The armored Flash costume from the Justice League trailers is like roided up, stupid looking to me. I hate it so much. I hate the shininess of it. I hate everything about it. I hate the fact that they've turned Barry Allen into a Peter Parker type wisecracking guy a little bit.
Well, Barry's.
But it's entertaining.
I've read Flash comics where they have him like that though. That's not so far off script.
No, it's not super far off script. It's just like, I don't know. It's just the costume rubs me the wrong way. Flash is supposed to be sleek, built for speed.
I agree.
Not the power build in the Mini-Man costume.
I agree with that, but he
looks like Mega Man. He looks like a red-suited Mega Man. I hate it so much.
He's Proto Man. No,
yeah, he does. Like, I mean, I hate it. I'm sorry. I hate it. Like, and it's not to take away from the movie. Actually, I think he's the best part of the Justice League trailers. It's between him and Jason Momoa playing Aquaman, and I keep alluding to what we're going to talk about later. So let's stick to topic here.
On topic.
So anyways, Arrow. Let's go to Arrow.
All right.
Because I'm done with Flash. Are you done with Flash?
I'm done with Flash. Arrow. that's actually good. Talking about Arrow is a good way to jump back into it. But so the season 6 trailer shows the result of what occurred after the island. So there's all his buddies are on the island, and the fucking thing blows up. Sorry for the F-bomb.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Spoilers too.
Spoilers.
The island blows up.
Yeah, if you didn't watch Arrow season 5
all
yet,
of Team Arrow and his baby mama are on the island.
Yeah,
and so to me,
he saves his kid though.
He did save his kid. I'll be honest. I stopped watching last season, and I said this to you already. I stopped watching last season because I got so bored with that villain, and I don't know. To me,
Prometheus was boring for you.
He was, man.
Really?
As soon as I found out who it was, I was like, I don't care anymore.
I actually thought Chase. I can't remember the character's full name. I thought Chase was gonna be Adrian Chase. I was really rooting for him to be Vigilante.
I thought he was too. The voice was similar.
Because it came out, and then we never get to find out who Vigilante is, and that would have been a fun mini arc inside the Prometheus season.
I've read a spoiler or a theory out there that Vigilante is actually the dude that was married to Oliver's mom.
The dude that was no.
So I'm telling you, I read a theory. I know it's not him. I know it's not. But I read a theory that someone said it was him, and he was just. It was like the repercussions of all this horrible stuff that happened to his company and his life, and he was just so mad. He's like, I don't know. It'd be terrible. It'd be terrible, but I'm just saying.
You didn't watch the season, but what would make for an entertaining twist is if it was Mr. Terrific's husband there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because he's like, I gotta leave you because you're a vigilante. And then he calls himself vigilante, and he's just offing dudes. That'd be even better.
Yeah, but didn't he? No, that was Prometheus that like really messed up Mr. Terrific and like threw him down the staircase. But I was thinking it'd be funny if he like beat up his own husband. Like how did you not know it's him? It's him with him in black, with a black tee on his face.
Well, and you know, yeah, I know, right? And so like, but I liked the introduction of Renee and the new Canary and Mr. Terrific in season 5. I think Oliver is just so dark and brooding, and having it be Oliver focused all the time can have drawbacks to that. So like having Diggle be a secondary version of that character for most of that season. It down, man. It was so much. It was a heavy season, but then it was the strongest finish of Arrow yet. So I mean, like, it was the best season finale that show has had since arguably the 2-part season finale in season 2, where you have Slade Wilson's plans come to fruition. So I mean, this was it had some weak moments, and I think you and I hit best on this in an exchange we had on email when we were talking about it's just too much. I think both Flash and Arrow would benefit from cutting their seasons almost in half, like doing like a 13 episode season for both those shows. That way they keep things tight knit and direct and on point in storytelling. Because sometimes the villain of the week shows are really good. Sometimes it's kind of like, man, get back to the Prometheus stuff.
Right. It's almost like every 3 or 4 episodes is a plot driver, and then you get those 3 episodes in a row that are just villain of the week. Yeah. And I hate that shit. Once in a while it's cool because it makes sense in a world where all these villains are like running around. But
and I'm gonna bring up another CW show because it works well for that show. Like the show Supernatural, but I'm actually, and the only reason I bring that up, that show's running out of steam with that formula too, because it's always the same monsters. And how many different villains and henchmen, and how many times are you going to make me see the evil Cupidist character or the Huntress again, and make an excuse for her to show up for 1 week, even though she has nothing to do with what's happening
at all.
Yeah, and so like it's great, I get it. But I don't, and like, so CW.
Or like when they show you the leader of the triad, the blonde chick.
Oh yeah.
Why are you bringing her back into it? You've already had like metahumans and like real villains. Like we need the triad.
Well, you know, I'm sure that she's been sitting there waiting for that call since season 1.
That's true.
I know, I can't wait. I'm gonna get it. I'm a reoccurring villain.
Yeah.
No, please, just tighten your stories up. You got good writers on script. The overall season arcs usually pay off in the end.
Right.
And you do a good job of keeping it slightly engaged, at least with a teaser at the end of an episode. But there's no need to keep having the reoccurring villains. I mean, that's actually probably why Flash works better than Arrow, because it's based on a meta-human villain of the week, which is similar to a monster villain of the week.
Yeah, it ups the ante.
It ups the ante, and it ups the power, and it ups the creativity.
Because when a bank robber, like a typical bank robber, stops Oliver Queen, you're like, give me a break.
Yeah, at this point.
Give me a break. How the hell is it, like there's no excuse for him to have the hand, no matter what tech he has, to have the drop on you. because you're basically the Batman of the CW universe, you know.
Well, I mean, at this point, he's beat Deathstroke and won single-handedly. So like seeing like
and now they're buddies again.
A villain of the week. Yeah, exactly. Right. I mean, and now seeing Deathstroke or a villain of the week give him the same struggles, and we have to watch him fail, pseudo succeed, but really fail a second time, and then on the third time in the last 5 minutes of the show succeed.
Right.
I mean,
like what he did with Merlin in the first season, who is basically he doesn't even hold a candle to Oliver now. It's like he literally slaps the shit out of him, cuts his hands off. And then Ra's al Ghul, he did that in season 3 as well. But yeah, I don't know. Arrow's kind of lost steam for me a little bit. I'll admit, I'm not as excited for it as Flash.
No.
I liked Legends. Both seasons of Legends I liked, but again, that show is the same for me. It's like it's not Flash level. So
no. I mean, this has turned into a CW podcast.
It has.
I'm going to end this CW segment of this because it's really actually taking a lot longer than
planned. It is. Jesus, 15 minutes on CW alone.
Yeah, I know. It's taking a lot longer than planned.
Netflix. We'll jump into Netflix.
I want to end it with this last statement.
Okay.
If you haven't seen Legends of Tomorrow season 2 because you hated season 1 or you just pseudo tolerated it, watch season 2. It was my favorite of the 3 shows this year.
Yeah?
Yeah, I thought season 2 was great. I thought the new cast. I kind of hated the historian guy, but everything else I liked.
He grows on you though.
He like a cancer that I hope dies.
He grows on you. I liked him. I didn't mind him.
I was so I'm super hopeful that he really was written off. It was like a 1-season arc and see you later, dude.
Like they did with Hawk Girl.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I like having the rotating cast of characters.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But let's talk about the Defenders because that trailer got me amped up for that. Like,
me too.
That's what that's the trailer that was more about getting the people in a room, showing them joking around, showing them the potential of them fighting together. But it didn't give away too much. I still don't know much.
No, other than Sigourney Weaver is like leading the hand or whatever the hell it is in the background, which is honestly I didn't know she was in it. I mean that's bad on me for like not like following up on like casting news when it happens. But all of a sudden I saw Sigourney Weaver in that trailer and I was like, holy shit, Sigourney Weaver! When did you get cast in this?
Well, have you heard the early buzz? Because they did the press release of the first 4 episodes already, right?
No, I didn't.
So obviously we haven't reached that status yet, but that's the goal, guys. That's the goal. But they did the press release of the first 4 episodes of the Defenders, and right now she's up there with Kilgrave and Kingpin as like villain quality status. They're like
those are the 2 best villains they've had on the show.
Exactly.
Throughout the series.
We're already leapfrogging over the Luke Cage villains, and we're already leapfrogging over the Iron Fist villains. They say the hardest thing to get over so far that I've heard in the rumors outside of the trailer is obviously people really hate Danny Rand.
I hate Danny
and Iron Fist.
I hate him.
Yeah, and he's an easy character to hate because it's like,
dude. But you know what it is? All right.
Well, he's
sidestepping from it is Defenders talk.
No,
for me, and I did this in my Iron Fist review. Iron Fist is one of my favorite. I've read the Immortal Iron Fist graphic novels from like start to finish like twice in a row.
The Ed Brubaker arc that started in like 2001, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is my favorite Iron Fist story ever told. But
where they got like the Shaolin tournament where he's going up against the other immortal,
the Heroes
of
Heaven, the Heavens tournament. Yeah.
It's fucking awesome. That is like amazing. So good. And like so that got me pumped. And then I saw Iron Fist and I'm like, he is so much worse than my favorite version of this character. And you could say it's an origin story for the character, I suppose. And like I said, I think I said this too.
So that story's told when the character is a mature character who's been in the continuity for a while, who's fought with Luke Cage, who's done everything like this. The Marvel story goes back to his real basic origins, and a lot of the people who were pissed off about the Iron Fist storyline clearly didn't educate themselves on his origin story. It's not a great origin story. Sorry, guys. So
it's not even the origin story, man.
I just think, and this isn't to hate on Finn Jones, but the Danny Rand that they wrote, the impulsive, manipulative, channeling Bruce Wayne from Batman vs Superman Danny Rand, where he's just brooding, he's just like angry and like impulsive all the time.
Yeah, when he's supposed to be so centered with his chi.
Exactly. Yeah, the angry, impulsive Danny Rand that has literally no center, no balance. I can't believe this guy even meditates, let alone practices chi with the way he is in this show. Like it just
that Iron Fist should be blowing up in his hand.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got no control over.
He can't control his emotions, let alone enough chi to make a fist that glows.
Right.
Which honestly, if you want a real hate moment on Iron Fist, That's got to be like the weakest prop I've ever seen in any superhero thing.
Golden fist.
Yeah, because you can tell it's just like a plastic mannequin hand. Like it's nothing special about the stupid hand.
I thought they just painted his hand green and then they like CGI'd in the glow.
Maybe that's what they did, but it looks like a goddamn plastic mannequin hand. I don't know. I hate it. But I mean, they would have been better off figuring out another way to represent the Iron Fist. But whatever. I'll pick apart that. Another time. But
the trailer did look good, and
really
the
good.
action looked good, and seeing Daredevil and these characters come together. I'm actually really excited for Jessica Jones being in it. I know maybe it's because she's like we always get these Daredevil. We've had 2 Daredevil seasons. We've had Iron Fist. We've had Luke Cage. But Jessica Jones only had that 1 season, and it seems so long ago to me now. But like I loved her character in it, you know, and like just seeing her having to deal with these people who she doesn't want to be bothered with, you know. It's like that's her life.
I just like the witty banter she provides. Like most of the things I found myself laughing about had to do with like slapstick with the other 3, or just her being genuinely witty and just that rebel girl character is gonna be fun with this foil of like these 3 do-gooders who are just trying to do good all the time,
right.
And she's just gonna be the one who's like, whatever, pass me a beer.
Give me a break.
Yeah, I love it.
Like she gives Daredevil his scarf or the scarf, or Matt Murdock because he doesn't have a costume.
Yeah.
She gives him her scarf to wear when he's going into battle in the building or whatever, and. She's like, you look like an idiot. He's like, it's your scarf.
Which I'm most excited, I think, for the chemistry between those 2 characters right now, because that's the one I don't know. I think it's gonna be fun.
Because you know that they're gonna write Luke Cage and Danny Rand into being best friends. Like they have to, because they're going to become heroes for hire, and that's probably where both their shows are going to go after they're like, all right, we really can't tell any more individual stories with either of these characters. They're just going to be heroes for hire in one combined show.
I know that's the dream right now. That's the internet dream, is that we get a hero for hire show out of this, and Danny Rand becomes not hateable.
It might be the only way to redeem him, because then you can balance him off with Luke Cage, who is actually likable.
Well, I will say this much: one of the things I did hear in the early release reviews is that the Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, there's a moment in the show where it feels like Jessica Jones and Luke Cage watched the Iron Fist show and we're like, man, this guy's a dick. We gotta fucking take him down a peg.
Oh, so it's like a team up?
Yeah.
Well, you know that they're star-crossed lovers that are destined to end up together anyway, so... all right, I think that's enough time on Defenders. We should jump into Stranger Things, which was probably the best trailer, maybe even through movies. I don't know though. It was pretty close, but it's definitely the best television trailer that they released from Comic-Con.
Well, I mean, how do you really hate on a show that captures the spirit of Goonies, the spirit of the not the bad, but like the good Stephen King movies of the 80s,
yep.
And just that 80s culture, and sums it all up into this amazing like pseudo horror childlike coming of age adventure story, and it was super fun. And
it's amazing.
I mean, like it's one of the most unique, crazy, cool, creative shows I've ever seen to begin with, and here they go into season 2, and it looks like they didn't lose any steam, and I'm super excited for it. And again, the use of Thriller in the trailer.
Amazing. Vincent Price's voiceover was so good for that whole setup.
The fact that the trailer gives nothing away. Mm-hmm. And, going on to the thing I went on a tangent about.
You know what I love?
It gave nothing away. I still don't know what the hell the Upside Down's coming after, or if that little boy is actually possessed, or what the hell is happening.
It's right. It's a big mystery.
Yep.
And what I like about it that they showed is that you see them being kids still. Like, even after all this horrible shit goes down, you see them dressed as Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
And, like, going around checking things with proton packs and, like, something like that. And the proton pack move, the trap moves like there's a ghost in it. I mean, that's just clever writing. And, obviously they're going to tell you that 13's back. Or 11? Not 13.
11.
13.
Yeah.
Who's 13?
Well, she's got to come back into it. Like,
you can see her back at the end of the trailer.
I mean, you could call that a reveal if you want, but if you weren't expecting her to come back, then you're dumb. Sorry. Yeah, I don't have an articulate way of putting that.
One thing my wife told me that we had to talk about in this review. She said, "Are they going to address what happened to Barb? Does anyone care about Barb?"
No, Barb sucks. This is the stupidest thing on the internet. I hate this so much that this Barb thing is a thing. Like, it's like someone's really going to take care of like the rebel girl or not the rebel girl, the unpopular girl that gets used so her friend can get have sex in a bedroom, and something bad happens to her. But here's the thing: it is literally the least screen time, the least important character I have ever seen anyone go googly eyes about. And I'm sorry, just because she wears glasses and has a short haircut and isn't popular doesn't make her cool or unique or trendy. I can't even believe the actress got an award for some stupid thing. I didn't remember it was, but I heard she got an award, and I'm like,
it couldn't have been.
And I was like, only in this era. Yeah, it was from the Stranger Things Barb thing.
On.
And I was like, only in this era does this stupid character get anything. Yeah. This is why Donald Trump is president. There you go. I went political for a heartbeat. That isn't judging.
Yeah.
If you're
We're only political in very small instances in the show. Anyways, Barb. I could care less about Barb. In fact, I thought her death was very needed because it gives weight to the creature actually being a threat, which is good. But
So Sarah, to answer your question, I really don't care about Barb. I'm actually glad she's dead.
Well, I hope
they kill her. I hope they resurrect her and kill her again. That's what I'm hoping for.
I did read that they are going to address it. It's going to be addressed in the show. I imagine it's going to be minuscule. It's going to be the parents being like, "What happened to our daughter? You never explained what happened to our daughter." And then the chief being like, "She's dead, dude. I fucking saw her dead in a pool in the other side."
God, I hope it's that, because if it's anything else other than that, I'm really going to be mad, because that means that they had to write that in there because the internet fell in love with a character that's stupid and meant nothing to the story.
Right, I agree. All right, but Stranger Things Season 2 looks awesome. I can't wait for it. I love Stranger Things Season 1. I mean, from the first episode, the first like 5 minutes of the show, up until you hear that amazing, like, digital, like, music intro with the all, it's so 80s.
Yeah.
I was like, this is my favorite show of all time. It might not be my favorite show of all time. That's a stretch. But I mean, like, my God, like, I started watching it before the hype hit in, like, right when it was just released on Netflix, and I immediately was like telling everybody I knew, like, you gotta watch Stranger Things. You gotta watch it. My wife was like, I don't want to watch it. Then I was like, sit down and watch the first 2 episodes, and then tell me you don't want to watch it. We watched the entire season in one weekend because after that.
So. You know, here's how I hooked my wife got my wife to watch it. I'm like, oh, it's about a missing child. Boom, done. Game over. She's like, missing child? I want to know what happens more. Don't tell her about the sci-fi element.
Don't tell her about the monster.
She doesn't even know what's happened. She's invested in this kid, and now we're into the Upside Down, and I'm winning.
Everybody loves Stranger Things. Everybody loves Stranger Things. I actually just got, I can't wear it on any of these podcasts because it will ruin with the green screen, but I just got a Hawkins Middle School AV Club shirt. It's freaking awesome. Maybe I'll wear it if we ever just ditch the green screen for one of these.
There you go. We keep doing reviews in a car. We're gonna have to.
Yeah, we'll be out of the car soon enough, folks.
I think though, I don't want to pivot to any other topics today. I want to wrap it up.
You do?
Yeah, because I think the next topic gets into one of the things where we disagree the most.
You're right.
And we're probably gonna need the full half hour to go over the DC versus Marvel events, because
you're right.
I'm probably gonna shit on DC a lot.
And I am going to defend them.
Yes, you will. You will. And it's not even that. It's not because I dislike the DC comics or the DC characters.
You dislike the DCEU.
I really dislike the DCEU, and actually, I kind of have grown to pseudo dislike the DC characters a little bit.
As a result of it, yes.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's understandable, and since we're not getting into the movies, we can at least talk on this really quick. I agree that the movies have not been phenomenal. Like,
no. I want you to save it. I want you to save the defense. I'm gonna stop you, because I think we owe it to the 12 people that will listen to us yell at each other next week that we don't waste any of the material.
All right. Next week was going to be the Game of Thrones mid-season review, but I guess we're doing the Justice League trailer, the Thor trailer, and the Infinity War trailer. So
yeah, we'll give the people Game of Thrones after what, episode 4, the Hump episode.
Next week is episode 3.
Yeah.
I thought next week was episode 4.
Yeah. See, there we go.
All right. Yeah, that works.
All right, guys. Well, signing off.
Yep.
Multiverse News.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Yep,
I'm the loud Bostonian Kevin Duffy.
I'm the main Marvel, Dave Hampton.
So thanks for watching. See ya.